bacterium on these plates. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your inoculum today to thoroughly heat it, and you're going to pick a small portion of the colony. So you're going to see I'm just going to barely touch the colony with the inoculum loop. Cool it first by just stabbing the auger, and then I'm just going to touch the colony just like this. Just like that. That's all I need. And there's bacteria on the end of the slide. I'm going to spread the bacteria the best I can on this glass slide. Okay? It's not going to go very well. It's not going to go very far. Thoroughly heat my inoculum loop. Make sure it's fire engine red. Now, you're going to grab your DI water bottle. You're going to open the bottle, and you're going to grab a loop full of water from the bottle. You're going to take this water, and you're going to apply it to the bacteria. My water evaporated. Grab a loop full of your water, and you're going to put this where the bacteria are located. So we're just going to spread this around. Make sure you really break up that clump of cells there, and you're going to spread this in that entire surface area of your rectangle. Just like that. Thoroughly heat my inoculum loop. I'm going to put my loop down. This now needs to dry. So while this is drying, I'm going to let this go. This is my Bacillus megaterium slide. This is my endospore slide. I'm going to set this down now. I'm then going to go over and work on my flagella stain. All of these slides are over here in this blue box. These are our flagella slides. Okay, they have bacteria on here that are in the shape of a spirillum, and they have flagella. There's amphitrichoccus position, orientation of the flagella. So what is amphitrichoccus? You guys should remember this because it's been in the PowerPoint slides. Over here, exactly, one at each pole. So you're going to see this is the shape of the bacteria. It's a spiral shape, spirillum. And then you're going to see on the ends the flagella. Now, don't be disheartened. This is a very difficult stain to do. Some of you will not get this stain to work. Some of you will have no problems with this. Now, the flagella themselves are very long. Okay, they can be up to 30 micrometers long. That's huge. 30 times the size of the bacteria. But they're very paper thin. When I say very thin, I mean on the nanometer scale. It's 1,000 times thinner than it is long, typically. Okay? So you can say, how can we see it? We're going to put a ton of stain on it. We're going to make it visual. We're going to visualize this because we're going to put a ton of stain. That's going to thicken the flagella. It's going to thicken it, and it's going to allow us to be able to see it. All right. So when you do the flagella staining, there's going to be white paper up here in the front. You guys are going to keep all of your slides up here on this paper because this stain is not so friendly. Fuchsin is relatively toxic. The way the fuchsin is resuspended is relatively toxic. So you guys are going to do this staining up here at this table where I can keep a little better eye on everything. And you're going to keep your glass slide up here. So all you're going to need to do is write on this piece of paper where your slide is, so that way no one bothers it. So again, the slides for flagella stain are in here. Okay, they're in here. Some of them have an F on it, some of them don't. I'll try to get the F written on them. All right, so now what you're going to do is use the fuchsin mixture right here. It's not carbyl fuchsin, this is basic fuchsin that's resuspended in HCl, and tannic acid, and sodium chloride. You're going to take the disposable pipette, and you're going to fill the pipette up with the stain. You're going to hold the glass slide up to the light, and you're going to look for the spot where you see your cells are. You're going to find that little circle, right? We talked about that before. You can see the little circle where the cells are. You're then going to apply the fuchsin stain to this, and you're going to put about 5 or 6 drops down the glass slide. You never want this mixture to dry out. You're going to start to see this golden sheen that's going to form. Add a couple more drops, right, when you see the golden sheen begin to form. So you're going to add a couple more drops, and you'll let that rest. That stain needs to sit on the cells somewhere between 5 and 7 minutes. Anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes. Okay? You're going to see this golden sheen form. Don't let this dry on the slide. This stain adheres very well to many surfaces, including the glass. And if it bonds too tightly to the glass, you're going to have a hard time seeing the flagella. Okay? You've got to be very careful with how you wash these cells. Very, very careful. Okay? So I'm starting to see a clump. So I'm going to start to add a couple more drops. I don't want this to dry. Okay? After my 5 minutes, You got to be very careful how you get this to run down. You're going to take this, put this right over our waste container. I'm just moving it. You should not. You should stay back over there. Take your water. Take your water and gently wash the stain off. Okay? Gently, again, letting the water run down from the top of the slide. Just like that. If you get any stain on the back, just rinse the back of the slide off with a little bit of water. Shake out the excess water. You guys should use your paper towels and blot your glass slide dry, just like you've done before. Be very careful when you blot. Remember, this slide does not get heat fixed because you damage the flagella if you heat fix this. Okay, so never heat fix the flagella slide. Just like remember how you guys didn't heat fix the capsule slide? Same exact thing. Okay. All right, so now going back to my endospore stain. It's nicely dried. I can kind of see it's a little bit cloudy on here. You're going to heat fix this slide. This is the endospore. You're going to heat fix this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Heat fixed it, right? All right. Now you're going to take the methylene blue, located in the back, and you're going to add 1 or 2 drops of methylene blue onto your cells. And then if you've got to get better coverage, you can teeter-totter the glass slide back and forth. Just like such. Let the methylene blue sit on the cells for about 2 minutes. About 2 minutes, let the methylene blue sit on. After the 2 minutes, hold the slide at an angle over the water container, the waste bucket, and just sprinkle a little bit of water over it, just like such. Shake off the excess water, and then again, blot it dry. Now you have your endospore stain and your flagella stain prepared, ready to view under the microscope. So remember, get it in focus under the 4X first. Once you get it in focus on the 4X, go right to the 100X objective and just put a small drop of oil down so you can actually visualize it. Find adjustment knob to resolve it. Hey, don't waste your time on the 10 and the 40X, and yes, you need oil to be able to see it. Okay? So you're going to need to do 1 flagella slide per group of 2 students, and you need to do 1 endospore stain slide per group of 2 students. Okay? So you can figure out either maybe the 2 of you guys want to do it together, the same slide, or maybe you guys want to, 1 person's going to do the flagella slide and 1 person's going to do the endospore staining slide. You guys are going to figure that out amongst yourselves, how you guys are going to work as a group. Okay? So each group, that means 2